As far as trading channels come in, both Brendan and I have a pretty big network. We started with friends, family, and fools. The fools part I'll address in a later portion of the presentation. Friends and family, we went to Facebook for a number of the items. The putter, as I mentioned, was on Facebook. Craigslist really came in handy. To address the fools portion, our final trade for the gas-powered scooter, we went essentially into, we really went to the backwoods of Pennsylvania to make this trade off Craigslist. And the guy, when we came up, he had about 2 teeth. We met Ma and Pa and his girlfriend, and it was sort of a little bit something out of like a scene from Deliverance. But we made it out of there luckily, and we have a great story to tell as a result.
I'm back again. You see the wardrobe change. I can't be seeing the same wardrobe over and over. So I'm here to talk about our trades. So we start off with a simple paperclip. But with Kenny Powers, anything can turn into magic. So we went from the paperclip to then we traded 3 golf balls. And then from the 3 golf balls, hey, we got a nice putter, real nice putter that I could take out. I can golf with my friends. You know, and the paparazzi's not going to bother me as much because they respect my putter. Then from the putter, we went to the TV. The TV, easy, done. 2 Xboxes from there. Then the final trade, we traded one out of the 2 Xboxes for a motorized scooter. And now Kenny, when I'm cruising around Myrtle Beach or when I'm cruising around Atlanta, I can sit there now and have a side ride. You know, it's Kenny Powers.
Interesting elements with this assignment was, we had to go on, one of the big portions of this assignment was we went on to Craigslist. There's a huge element there of bartering on Craigslist. One of the main concerns, one of the main issues that we had were addressing the pain points. In other words, addressing what people need and want in a specific situation. You can really get great value in any given scenario, however it has to be for what that person wants. For instance, one of the greatest failures that we had in this entire assignment was that we were so close, we were literally so close to getting a car. The guy wanted, of all things, he wanted 1970s era Topps baseball cards. Unfortunately, I had another contact on Craigslist at the time that had 1980s era Topps baseball cards, so we were essentially a decade off, and I call that the biggest failure because I would personally love to drive up in a car and show that off to the tee. I feel like that would put us in TE lore for all time. Luckily for Brandon and I, we're naturally outgoing, extroverted, naturally salesmen, that it wasn't a big deal. Once we got started, the ball was naturally rolling. However, it took us that week or two to initially get the ball rolling, to say, hey, you know, let's get online, let's look at friends, family, and see if anyone's getting rid of something, see if there's something we can do to make that first trade to get rid of the paperclip. And, you know, in this entire process, Brendan and I said from the outset that we want to win the assignment. We don't just want to win the assignment, we want to win it in a virtual landslide. So going in with that mindset, it was basically looking back at Edison's creativity techniques. It was basically looking at a solution-oriented mindset. Once we got in a solution-oriented mindset, we had our objective lined up. You think about the deer in the headlights. We had the deer lined up in the headlights. Whenever there was an impasse, whenever there was a moment when we wanted to take a break, it was, we have our objective in sight. We're going to persevere, and we're going to get to that objective regardless.
Checking in. I was on a little bit of a hiatus. The paparazzi, everybody was all up on me, so I had to take a little bit of a step back. But for this assignment, I came out of retirement, and it's Kenny Powers. I'm back, and it feels great. So for this assignment in particular, I took my creativity techniques in the Kenny Powers brand, and I've turned that into Xboxes, to golf balls, to putters, to everything you could possibly imagine. And we convinced them that it wasn't them that was doing us a favor. I'm doing them a favor because they're getting Kenny Powers merchandise. Anything that I touch my hands on is going to come out great. So with my friend John, he said, oh, it's Kenny Powers that wants to sell the Xboxes, that wants to trade the Xboxes. I'm going to trade the Xboxes. I'm going to trade the Xboxes for Kenny Powers. And that's why Kenny Powers is a brand, Kenny Powers is a legend, and Kenny Powers is the Christ figure that they perceive me to be. And it feels great to be back on top.